I want someone who's going to give me my food.
Yeah,
I don't care how you look.
Hello. Yeah.
I want someone to give me my. But these three guys, and sadly to say, what kind of guys were they?
Probably white straight men.
Well, I didn't ask their sexuality, but they were whiter and shit. They hadn't been in the sun in a while. Probably Irish, if you ask me. Toni.
Hi, honey.
How you doing today?
I'm good. You look so cute.
So do you. Give me a hug.
I love that you're showing your muscles off. I enjoy the muscles. Thank you very much.
It's hotter than fucking hell. Now, I've never been to hell, but this is fucking close. But anyhow, how's your day?
Good. I'm staying with a friend's dogs, and they're big 100-pound German Shepherds, 100-pound plus. So, yeah.
How many?
Three.
And their names, we need to know their names.
We have Virgil, Ezra, and Avi. And there's a bearded dragon named Kevin.
A bearded dragon.
Named
Okay.
Kevin that I have to feed worms to with the tweezers. But I get to stay at their beautiful house, so yeah.
How long are you there for?
I'm there for about 5 days.
Other than that, the day good?
The day is delicious, thank you very much.
No, my day sucks. I got in the car to drive down here. So I'm driving on the freeway 405, a fucking nightmare of a freeway. I get up to where it's near the LA airport, and the cars are going really slow. Now, I'm not exactly the best driver, but I'm pretty good. It took me 8 chances to get my driver's license last.
Because you have ADD, LMNOP, continue.
And then I pull up, and this lady's honking next to me. I'm like, I didn't sketch shit out of me, and people shoot people. So I roll down my window, and I say, can I help you? And she goes, you fucking idiot. Who taught you how to drive? Now, me... Sadly to say, my mother passed away last month, the 4th of April. So I said to her, my mother, but she died. The look on this lady's face was freaking priceless.
Good.
And so the traffic kept going slower. So I kept rolling the window down and waving at her and asking her, roll your window down, ma'am. Roll your window. Well, we get about 10 minutes into this. All of a sudden, she's a sheriff.
Shut
she whipped
the
her fucking badge
door.
out. And I'm thinking to myself now, not many people know this, but I've never been convicted of anything. And so it was very nerve-wracking. So I'm driving, and I'm going as slow as I can. But the thing that just pisses me off, I don't know about you, but when you're in traffic, then you get to that one spot, and no cars are there. Nobody's dead on the side of the road. There isn't a fire engine.
I don't know why it just randomly stops.
I don't know. It's just, so, it's a good day other than that. But, it just really bothers me how traffic, in my opinion, they need to figure this shit out because it costs money, it costs time, and I could have went to jail for something I didn't mean to do.
And you know what? The odds of somebody whipping out a badge, like you can't take those odds to Vegas.
No. Well, here you just don't know. And I've learned a long time ago. I had road rage once years ago, and I flipped a guy off. He flipped me off, ended up following me, pulled a gun on me. This was in Elk Grove, California. Stay away from Elk Grove. And, he was nice about it, but the reality is I was an ass.
Well, it's the thing, something about being in the car, I can be the nicest, I have to work at being nice. It doesn't come natural. But then here's my pet peeve. When you see a $200,000 automobile, $300,000, whatever it is, with some snot-nosed kid, and good for him, he has rich parents. Go ahead, baby. But if you're driving a car like that, you got to have the RESP to be driving that automobile. You know what I'm saying? When they're driving like a little chimney, though, they don't know how to shift. I'm in a 20-year-old car. I'm an old lady, and I'm driving better than the kid in the Lamborghini today. Piss yellow, by the way. I wanted to slap him just for having that color.
What's a shinimidubi? Whatever. What the hell are you doing?
It's just like a scumarine.
Well, I just keep throwing words I don't fucking. What's a scubarine?
Like
English. Eighth grade. Me. 8th grade education.
Like a schmuck. Like
there
a
you
dork,
go. Fucking
like an
simple.
idiot.
I mean, Jesus Christ Almighty. I'm like, yeah.
Well, yeah. It gets my Sicilian going.
So we were talking a little bit earlier, and you said something really pissed you off today, personally.
Well, that was it. That was it. There's that, and then there's the lack of manners, which I talked to you about at the pool, which really pisses me off.
This one you're going to fucking love.
Okay, here's the thing. When you get to a certain age and you get aches and pains, people say, get in the water, get in the water, get in the water. It helps you get in the water. So I started doing water aerobics, a.k.a. old lady soup. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. I wear the big fucking shower cap, do my thing. And now after it, I'm doing laps. So they got like the rope things, and you can do 2 people in one lane very easily. So another woman gets in, she'll wave. She says, is it okay? Sorry, baby, this is your class. White men in this country, straight, are so self-entitled. I'm sorry. They get in that pool and just swim. They're going to hit me when they go by. I was there first. And,
So
there was a guy the other day.
You're telling me you never met a gay gentleman who's read?
No. And
Wow.
Well, I'm just saying.
Fuck us white people.
In general, white straight men are very entitled in this particular country. So I'm swimming again.
There's an opinion.
And that's my opinion. What do you say? And you're welcome. And so you got the two people can go in one lane. And so I'm swimming, I'm doing my laps. And this guy gets in, and he's standing, at the edge of the pool.
Yeah.
Right in the fucking side where I'm swimming. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck him. Because the other guy bumped me the other day. I ain't moving. So I'm swimming. So I swim right up to him. And I go, are you going to fucking move? He goes, there's the room. You go over there. I called him the C word.
And what word would that be, since many people can't spell?
I'm not going to say it, but I called him that. I called him and see you next Tuesday right there, baby. And I turned around and kept swimming. Fuck you. I was there first. So that's that. Right?
I'm a little confused. You said white men like me, but you did an accent.
Yeah, but he was still of the white master.
Yeah, get out of that one. Yeah, fucking get out of that one. No, it's true. Hey, white people have a lot of privilege. We talked about this. We've talked about this in the past. And it's funny, in my opinion, if you look at the way our society is, any white person that ever says, I don't have white privilege, probably is blind because they don't know the color of their skin.
Because there's things that you get and you don't even fucking realize you get, know? I drove Uber and I drove, what's the other one? Lyft for a while, like 6-7 years ago. And again, anytime I picked up a white man, he just got in, did his thing, didn't even acknowledge me. Whatever, great. But every time a black man got in my car, first thing he said to me was, thank you for picking me up. And I was like, but that's my fucking job.
Yeah.
And he'd say, do you know how many times people drive off? I couldn't believe it. And the next thing, and this is every time, it's not most of the time, it's every time, they would want to put me at ease.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I eat something? As long as you give me a fucking bite, I'm good, But it's
sharing is nice.
It's incredible to me. Is it hot or am I having a flash?
You're probably having a flash right now.
Okay, I'm flashing.
Take a deep breath. I don't know. It's funny. We talk about having opinions and we're talking about, everybody's thing. And many people in our side don't allow you to have an opinion. I work in a field, I do some consulting, drug and alcohol, mental health, and I share my opinion with doctors and therapists and people every day, and they say, you're wrong. My response, well, in all due respect, the work I do, you get paid. And just because someone might have a lesser education, someone doesn't have what you have, look, a lot of people go to school, they're highly educated, doesn't mean you can fucking communicate.
They've got zero application. Just because you can read something doesn't mean you can apply it.
No, and that's the thing, is like you were saying, if you go to the gym too, it's interesting at the gyms, I belong to a gym, and I'll go, and you watch the different people who go and they work out. Then you watch the people work out to shove their ass, their chest, their body, half-ass naked, guys and girls. It doesn't matter what it is. First of all, that's not an appealing thing. You're not going to go to the gym and be, I'm turned on, I'm going to lift 200 pounds. But everybody goes for a reason, and it's okay, but when you affect other people, and that's the thing that's hard, because if you go to individuals, if you go as an individual, you're fine. But if you go as a group at a gym, like you say, white people, or if you got, like you said, picking people up on the street. I lived in New York for a long time. Taxi drivers were from all over the fucking world. The beautiful thing about New York, getting a taxi, guy could have been at Wall Street. The guy came in from another country, could have been a doctor. You learn so much. And it's interesting, all the Italian drivers, the ones that grew up in New York, the ones with the attitude, fuck you, tell you to fuck yourself. The other ones, it was an education. Pretty soon you're spending $25 going around the corner. Because it's a great thing. But no, it is. There is privilege, and people have to understand that. And if you don't understand it, then you're really fucking stupid. And I mean that. Doesn't matter your education, doesn't matter where you went to school, doesn't matter how much money you have. You have to take a look at how privileged we are, because we don't wake up in the morning worrying about if someone's going to shoot us, if someone's going to attack us, or someone's going to say something negative. But again, here's the worst part. Women get treated worse than anybody. In my opinion, every young woman, every female has been harassed sexually, inappropriate. They are going to happen in their life. That's the thing that we need to stop as well. And a lot of people say, oh, no, we're having fun. You don't have fun by commenting on a woman's body.
And when
it's
they're
even more
underage,
frightening. Well, you look at social media. We talk about, I love social media. I think it's great. As I was talking earlier, we saw this one. We did a fitting today. It was really cool. And there was this church in the South, African-American church, and these men were called lords of something. I can't remember. I've seen this video 100 times. These men dressed in beautiful suits, the women in beautiful suits, and they're walking through. The music's freaking phenomenal, and it's just so classy. And it's just, feel God, you feel the music, you feel everything together. Now, I'm Catholic. I go to Catholic church. I literally want to go to sleep. I literally want to pray to Jesus that I visit him because it's so boring. Nothing against the priests. I do work with priests. But, nothing keeps you going.
Right.
And that's the thing that a lot of people fail to understand, that, look, we all have opinions on what you like and what you don't like. And there's fine. But when you're talking about social media and you go on some of these TikTok and you see these sponsors out there and girls are 12, 13 years old in bikinis. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong, but when
it depends on how it's
the way
presented.
It's shot, it's a lot of pedophiles out there.
Yeah.
And then there's girls you don't know the age. So they got to have some type of control. But in my opinion, the families, if you're letting someone do that, it's like, went to Christian Rose High School in Sacramento, all boys when I went there. Later in life, it turned to boys and girls. My brother was a coach there, so we go to a game once, and these little girls were there. They were all dressed, in school gear and stuff. All of a sudden, they came down, they sat in front of us. There's 3 young ladies in high school, and their G-strings were hanging out. Well, someone called their mother. If you want to have the best time of your life, these mothers came, and these girls were yanked. They took them out of the stadium. It was at Hughes Stadium. I'll never forget it, but the parents don't know sometimes what somebody's doing. Or you might have one mother that's very open and doing it, and another says no.
Well, kids will have a change of clothes in their backpack. They go out of the house dressed one way, and they get to school another.
Ain't that the truth? Now, not guys, girls. Because name me a guy, and many guys aren't going to do that. I mean, we're happy if we put our fucking clothes on.
Right,
And little kids, it's amazing. But the most important thing is getting people to understand that your opinion makes you who you are, but if you can't back it up, it's wrong. Because everybody has a good, like politics. Right. We won't talk about our friend who's no longer in the office. But you have different people out there, and you keep yourself in the public's eye by saying things and doing things. And what sells in this country is anything that's controversial. Mm-hmm. And, that's an important thing for us to understand, that an opinion is great, but at the same time, you got to have some boundaries. And then if you don't care, it's fine if you don't care. Then there's going to be backlash. There's going to be things. You're going to lose your job. You're going to, you can be canceled, all those things.
Right.
But, when you face this with the guy, I'm just curious, after that happened, what took place? What did he say?
Well, he didn't say anything. I swam off. But I called him the C word, and he would not move. He would not move. I had already been swimming. I had to move over because Mr. fucking self-entitled, Mr. Dick and Balls, the world belongs to him. I'm sorry. Do I have penis envy? Maybe. I don't know. But I think sometimes if you have a penis, you're just allowed to do what you want. You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. Men don't apologize for taking up space, ever. I'm swimming laps. This wonderful, cute little Asian lady on Tuesdays and Thursdays, always, can I swim with you? Yes. So the last time she asked me, I go, baby, never ask, just jump on in. It's all good.
Time out.
Apologizing for her space.
When you say that not all men are like that.
I mean, you can't say everybody. I'll say on the average, mostly white men, straight men from this country. And I'm sorry that you're in that category. I know you're not like that. But number-wise, I think that's,
You know what? The good thing is it's your experience.
It's just my experience.
And that's the beauty. It has nothing to do.
And you get back to girls dressing a certain way and men saying, I used to work in this very busy Italian restaurant. And we had a little hostess, very cute, 16, 17, whatever. And these 50-year-old fucking beer belly guys are sitting at a table. Hey, what's the hostess's name? Can you get her over here? And I go, her name is Jailbait. That's what her name is. It's Jailbait. Fuck you. She's 17, you old skeeve, let alone the ring on your hand.
Oh, the ring on the hand sells it. That's the way I look at it. The ring on the hand is a fucking selling point here.
Oh, my fucking
Well, you think about it. Well, nowadays with society, I mean, let's it's like look at relationships. As you can tell, we're ebbing and flowing. Nothing to do with that.
I don't know where it is. I don't see it.
I can't see it either.
I don't know.
Stevie Wonder has a better chance of reading that. Do you want to talk about things that are
pissing me off today? I'll tell you it's pissing me off today.
Well, tell me. I guess I don't have a fucking choice.
Florida, baby. My produce is going to go through the roof because Florida, DeSantis, now undocumented workers cannot pick produce. Have you ever...
Whoa. It's a Florida Republican Party. Hold on. Yes?
Have you ever seen a white person pick produce? And
Jesus,
again,
what is
I'm
it with you and fucking white people today?
I'm generalizing, but you get a lot. They're just working. I don't know if they're bionic. I don't know what they are. It's all over the talk, so it's got to be true.
Whoa. I'm sorry. I'm not into the lingo. All over TikTok?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure where you get your information, it fucking makes sense.
That's where I get it. I don't watch the news. I don't believe in the news. I only believe in TikTok.
Wow. Okay, no, go right ahead.
I'm just saying.
I was getting flashbacks.
They're undocumented. They're not going to let undocumented people pick produce, work
So what's the problem in Florida?
Florida's going to sink into the fucking water.
But what's the problem with that? What's the problem in Florida? You complain that the fruit's going to be, they're not?
My produce is going to go through the roof because Florida provides like 60% of the tomatoes in the country.
You got that off TikTok?
50% of the oranges in the country. It's on TikTok. It's the law.
Well, good. It's not on Fox News. But no. So let me ask you a question. So
and
they don't want the individuals to pick the.
They don't want them working if they're undocumented, and they're going to start asking proof of citizenship when you go to the hospital. It's very Third Reich to me. I'm just saying. You should watch history because it repeats itself, and it's repeating itself in this country right now. Well, we are going backwards.
We're the newest country, basically, to a degree. We're the youngest. We have so many wonderful things to do here and so many horrible things that happen to us. Right. But the fact is you have someone like that gentleman in Florida who, what he's done to Disneyland, he doesn't want anything to say about gay and lesbian community. He doesn't want transgender. And it's like, but you want people to accept what you say. I find it interesting. I always have this opinion, whether it's someone African-American, Asian, white, religious, Catholic, Protestant, rich, poor, whatever. When you want somebody to hear you, the thing you're going to do is put them down first. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to hear you when you do that. Now, if you're KKK, if you're Aryan Nation, you're one of them sick fucking groups, no one should fucking have anything to do with you because that is a sick, different part of our society. But when you're different politics or things like that, everybody has to be aware of what's around them. I mean, you look at him, he's now running for president at some point, I would take. Oh, God, he has more billionaires behind him than the one who used to be. Mm-hmm. And now some of them are upset because he's fucking with Disney. How long you ever fuck with the mouse? That powerful? No. And let me tell you something. No mouse that fucking powerful. Not a cat, because you know what a kitty is.
After 9/11 happened, airports were going to Disney.
You didn't catch the kitty, did you?
I'm just telling you what I'm telling you. Airports were going to Disney to learn how to move bodies because Disney has it fucking down.
Time out. I'm
telling you what I'm telling you.
TikTok?
No, I'm telling you life. I have people that work at Disney, and I'll tell you this true experience. When my daughter was about 3-4 years old, my whole family, all the Ginzaloons are at fucking Disney World in Orlando. So I thought this one's watching the baby, that one is. You turn around, my kid's not there. And I go, oh my God, my kid. People are coming out of the fucking walls. They're coming out of the mailboxes, out of the ground. They had my kid in like under 3 minutes. Boom.
Well, see, now that's because you were a female. When I was younger, I went to Disney and got lost. No one found me. So there again, as a privileged white man, go ahead.
I think you're with the full of shit committee right now.
No. I do not lie.
I just, it scares me because I grew up in this country. I love this country. But out of 190 countries on this planet, we are ranked at 129 for safety. Other countries right now are having warnings. Don't travel to the U.S. if you're black, if you're gay, if you're trans, look at our news, what's going on in our country right now with the snatch and grabs and the this and the that, and who doesn't have water, and who has this, and who's undocumented, and who's putting it in a cage away from the kids. And
so,
what that looks like.
Why are you here?
I was born here, and right now I have medical care here, and I think there's the fear for me to go somewhere else right now because I really love my surgeon right now.
Good answer.
That's honest.
See, I'm here because I can't get a passport.
Well, sweet Jesus on
I got to wait till November 23rd.
Oh my God in heaven, Jesus.
I'm just kidding for anybody out there who doesn't know me. And I'm sure you don't. But, that's the important thing to take a look at is, here's the way. You get all these polls that say this and that. Like, I'm blessed to live here. I don't care what anybody says. There's a lot of shitty things. There's a lot of great things here. But at the same time, what happens is we have the Democrats, Republicans, everybody hating each other. The politicians, it's embarrassing. And most of them are, what's your favorite word today? What kind of men?
White fucking straight males.
There you go. And the ones that are gay don't want to come out and talk about it because they're afraid they're going to be judged. And side note on that one, it's sad. I work in an industry where people are they have a lot of prejudice towards people if you're not educated. There's a young friend of mine who works in the industry, and he realized that he was gay. And he's afraid to tell his family and everybody because he thinks that no one's going to love him, no one's going to like him. And it's just sad that the way people are, it makes a man make these choices and feel this way, and it's horrible. It's just a horrible experience because only in America do you really face it. Now, other countries you face it to where they kill you if you can talk about it.
Right.
But in America, it's still, we have such a rate of young men and women committing suicide based upon people not liking who they are, bullying them or their sexuality. Mm-hmm. And the men making the laws are the fucking white guys. And that's the sad. You have a lot of people that are sprinkled in. They allow in certain races, certain women. And you think about it, women give birth. It's like the portal to life. God didn't choose men, because you sure as hell don't need men to have a baby. You can go to a fucking machine now and probably get something, type of thing. But the reality is you have all this, and women are underrepresented in so many categories. Yeah. I mean, think about it. A couple of years back, 3 years ago, they had all that inclusion in the Oscars, and everybody's going to do everything, and everybody's going to be great. They didn't include many people these last Oscars.
No.
Whether it was, it's still the inclusion. I look at it, and it's kind of like, okay, here's my opinion on it. If you're going to talk about it, do it. It's like in the NBA in sports. I love the WNBA. I love the women's soccer. Like right now, it's softball college season. The WNBA kept it alive and still does for Black Lives Matters. NBA, once in a while. And if you look at soccer, inclusion, all these different things, the women are the ones who are the ones that are out there fighting for it more than men.
Right.
And why? I mean, think about it.
Because the women have been the sidekicks for so long.
Oh,
they want to start taking the lead.
And it's like you look at U.S. soccer. Our women are better than our men. Now, obviously, head-to-head, no. But when it comes to championships, bigger money-making machine, they were paid less until about a year ago. The WNBA, the women were paid very little up until, I think it's 1 or 2 years ago. And if women got pregnant, they weren't paid. What the fuck is that about? In our country, you get pregnant, what? You get 3 months off? Other countries, you get a year off with 80% pay. Mm-hmm. You get a year off with 100% pay.
Right.
It's so ridiculous that, the
well,
bias.
That's what I'm talking about. It's and I think it just comes down to basics. In other countries, the government wants you to be healthy. They want you to be happy. Not so much in this country, because I'll get started on big pharma, poison foods, like you said, not the equal health care, and it's just so much.
I just, out of that whole thing there, I just poisoned food. The fuck? You and your conspiracy shit, you kill me.
This country, there are foods in this country which are banned in other countries.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Why do you think people buy the food they buy? In your opinion, why do you think people buy the food?
Advertisement.
But what else comes in place with it?
Easy.
And what else? Fucking money. No, you think about it.
Oh, because it's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Absolutely.
Right. It's like I'm a food addict. I'm someone who dealt with it, eating it sort of food. To me, food, then sex. Once in a while, together. And the reality is...
Caligula.
Fuck him. He's only had 1 or 2. Anyhow, back to reality. You go into stores, like I go and I drink a certain soda. No sugar in it. It's really good for you, but you're never going to hear what it is on this show. And the reality is, I saw a Snickers today. It was creamy, and it literally, it was talking to me. Mm-hmm, and I picked it up, I looked at it, and the guy goes, "Are you going to buy that?" I said, "No." And he goes, "Put it down." I said, "Shh, shh, this is a moment." But it is, if you look at stores and you go in the aisles, at the end of the aisle, it's like you see all the food. Yeah. It could be all eggs and produce, but at the end is pork rinds and pig's feet chips, but then again, right next to them, they have the healthy chips. There ain't nothing healthy about a fucking chip.
No, it's all those oils.
Sea salt chip. Really? No. Are you that? You're going to tell me, you want to tell me how great you eat, so you're having sea salt chips.
No.
Or you're going to tell me, what's this? Oh, this is a shit that kills me. These motherfuckers. Is it vegan, or what is it? You go and you buy the food and it's not real, it's made out of something else. Is it vegan, or what's it called?
That's like impossible meat. Or
Yeah, but
Or
you
like
also
the Satan,
Satan. What the
not the devil,
tofu?
Satan.
No, it's a type of food people eat when they say that
Vegans.
vegan. Yeah. No, those are nachos and chips made out of what?
Yeah.
I went with someone once to eat one. She's like, have a bite. I'm like, why? It's not real.
Yeah.
It tastes great. No. I want something real.
Real food.
And nothing
We have
wrong
to
with
get
you
back to
people who
real
go out
food.
there and eat that. And God bless you. I mean, I don't know why you do it. You obviously want people to think that you're healthy. Pretty sure you're not. It's kind of like
It's processed.
many people do things in public. I personally believe we do something in private. I don't know about you, but I'm taking some really horrific shit to the grave.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I am. And I'm sure everybody's like that to a degree, but we don't tell everybody the truth.
Right.
Because you think about it, probably the best books, the best music, the best films, the best of anything, we've never had a chance to witness, see, hear, because the people didn't write it for everybody else. They wrote it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what happens when it comes to our personal lives. We're not going to share everything. It's back to the dating, like apps and stuff. Nothing wrong with it. You get a whole advance. There's a guy I know here in Los Angeles. He's like this human predator. He'll meet somebody, not a human, well, he's a human predator. He's just a pathetic human being. He'll get their name and then he'll look them up on social media, learn everything about them. Then he meets them, spends time with them as if he knows them. It's just ridiculous that we live in a society like that. There's so many great things about it. It's predatory, but at the same time, you have people who don't care. Men and women who don't care.
Oh, honey, it's swipe this, suck that. It gives me a fucking cold sore just thinking
What site
about
is that on? Is that fucking TikTok? Because I haven't seen a swipe this, suck
I don't
that.
even date myself anymore, so I don't know. I ain't dating anybody, but it's, you swipe, it's like dial a fuck. It's just very.
And that's an app?
what it is. It's
No.
not that
You're
name,
the
but-
lady that gets all your information from TikTok, so I want to know.
But they're swiping. It's not for a relationship.
Well, but the thing is,
Send
people
the
know
dick
that.
pic before I even know what color your eyes are. I mean, I don't know.
So what's more important to you, color of the eyes or a
I
dick?
just I'm born in the fucking 50s. For the love of God.
Whoa. You were born in the 50s?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the difference between the 50s and now when it comes to sex? Seriously, I mean, I'm being serious. What is your opinion on that?
I think sex happened back then. It just wasn't
Obviously.
open.
Oh my fucking God, are you kidding me?
I think that you had to date. I think that, I grew up reading the comics.
So there were no
Betty
guys
and
that were guy
Veronica.
sluts, girls that wanted to sleep
I
around.
didn't say
Nobody did things
none,
behind their
but
back.
I'm saying-
You didn't have dating apps, but when you were
Back then, watch The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, where you have
first
to
of all,
be
it didn't exist
moved.
back then.
What?
Marvelous Miss Maisel.
I know, but it's set in that time, is what I'm saying. It's just more romantic.
Oh.
It's not like, I got 10 minutes. Can you come over and give me a little head of Rooney? Or better yet, oh my God, what does Tom Vitelson say when you're in the car? How about a little roadhead? I mean, come on. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but could you buy me a fucking meal first? Maybe look at the star. I don't know.
Let me ask you a question. If you eat and you're full, do you have sex?
I don't fuck on a full belly.
Yeah, me neither. So that made no sense. I just want to let you know that just killed me.
There's
I'm thinking to myself.
I'm just saying, there's different meals to have. If you know you're having
I
sex,
dated a
you
girl.
don't
I
have
dated a girl
big
once who had the
meal.
greatest appetite in the world. She'd never figure out why I wouldn't eat with her. I'm like, because I'm going to be full and go home and pack. I never told her this, and spent together for like 4 years. And I was like, okay, but you eat all you want, girl. And let me tell you, she had the great, and that was a turn on to me. Great appetite, great food. But no, I think that it's back then. There's no difference. We have social media, and I think about it.
Well,
it's so hard to
'cause you're doing
ask somebody
things being
out
watched
now.
today, yeah.
It's so hard to ask somebody out now because you don't know them and you have a fear. If somebody says no, I think we all live in fear. Every day we live in fear of something.
Well, it's just like the young kids today. If they're singers or they're actresses, they do something fucking stupid. It's all over social media. I feel bad for them because we all did something stupid. It just wasn't on social media.
Yeah, but if you know that it's going to be out there and you make a choice, these are choices we make. Hey, look, I made some choices that put me in bad situations in my life. I'm paying the price right now. Now, do I regret it? Not a fucking chance in hell. Because no, I was able to help some people.
Just
and
put it out there.
But you know what? Oh fuck, this is going to be on backwards. We want to erase that, please.
Yes.
God, I want to make that sound, but I can't. Okay. Anyhow, back to reality. Whoop. Yeah, the reality is, the thing is it's out there in social media. Well, it's kind of like people sending videos and pictures to each other.
Right.
And
To me, it's
kids do it now at 12 years old, 13
you don't
years
want
old.
anybody on this planet to see, don't send.
Okay,
don't
time out.
Don't
Wait,
put it in writing.
Wait.
Don't fucking send it.
Is this a conspiracy, you think, that the government's listening? Because you and I have had conversations like this
honey,
to where...
when people say, I don't want to get TikTok because the Chinese are going to listen. Bitch, have a conversation on your phone and say, geez, how do you peel an apple? 2 seconds later, you're on your phone and you see videos on how to peel an apple. They're listening. They're in the... Oh, that's why I don't have Alexa.
So tonight,
Baby,
I'm going to go
they're
home
in
and I'm going to look at
your
TikTok
fucking phones.
and I'm going to hear how bad white men are?
I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm saying what I'm saying. They're in your phone. It's not just Alexa.
Who's in your phone? I'm only looking over here because I'm looking at Jesus and he ain't fucking responding to you.
They're all in your phone. They're all...
Who? Okay, see, give me a little... See, you got to back that up. Who's in your phone?
Who's in your phone? The government.
Which one?
Any. Check D, all of the above. I'll take D, all of the above. The Russians, the Chinese, the Americans. D, all of the above.
Canadians?
Advertisers. I think everybody's in your phone. My buddy in fucking Michigan goes, oh, you took down that stuff on your porch. You took down that stuff on your porch so I can see you. And I go, how the fuck do you know I took down stuff? Google Earth.
Okay, first of all, if you have a friend like that, number one, stalker. Number two, a little frightening. I don't know why you use the word
Kevin.
buddy. Yeah, Kevin, you're a fucking idiot. Jesus fucking Christ.
And I'm not talking about the bearded dragon, Kevin. This is an actual human being.
Okay, you've got two Kevins in your life. One's got 4 legs, one's got 2 legs. One's a predator and the others just want your love. Thank you.
But Google, I mean, you're seeing, when I was a kid, you could do ding dong ditch. You could do anything you wanted. You can't do that
You
now.
can ding dong ditch right now.
No, everybody's got a fucking ring cam.
No, here's how you ding dong
camera.
ditch because I figured this out doing this. I never in my life used an app to deliver food and I like sushi. I was living in Santa Monica and I wanted my favorite place in Studio City, so I did that DoorDash. Fucking worst company in the world.
But we're not going to mention companies here.
No, any that would, be on our show. No, but you fuckers that aren't, I'm going to mention you.
I'm going to bleep that out.
Pardon me?
We're going to bleep.
I didn't ask you to. But the next thing is, oh, really? Seriously, you got to bleep?
If you want.
No, fuck. Hey, look, what are they going to do? Deliver my food wrong again? But anyhow, I ordered my sushi. The fucker brought it to me. Nothing that I ordered was there. And I said, sir, can you read my order? He's like, yes. I said, this isn't, he goes, not my fault. I said, well, let me ask you a question. High school diploma, not the brightest guy. You fucking read my order and you didn't bring it to me. He goes, you got to go to the restaurant. I'm like, no. I got in the car. I drove to the restaurant. I said to the restaurant, I'd like you to, reimburse me. They're like, well, no, we don't. I'm like, I've been coming here for years. Now, I had no idea how it worked. I thought that the restaurants got their money and stuff. So that's why I believe that you should never DoorDash. You should never use Uber Eats because when they screw it up, and they do a lot, you can't complain. See, I can never complain on that.
I don't do that because I had a roommate. I lived not 2 blocks from McDonald's. He would fucking get his fucking car. How fucking lazy are you? You can't walk 2 blocks.
Did he have any mental illness issues or health issues?
I think, again, D, all of the above.
Okay, because that would be the reason why you can't get a milkshake.
Yeah.
Just want to share that with you because, look, I've been claustrophobic. Wait, it's not claustrophobic. What is that?
Agoraphobic?
No, not agoraphobic. What is it? Assholeophobic. To where you don't want to do things and you're just fucking lazy?
That's just lazy-ophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't consider you and I lazy.
No.
Nah. I'd consider as high-functioning, mentally ill people. That's what I'd consider myself.
D, all of the above, always.
So let me ask you a question. Let me get your opinion on this. When it comes to, we were talking about insurance and stuff. You were talking about insurance earlier. Are you for or against, not because you're a female, every woman in the United States from the minute they're born until they die should have health insurance?
I think every man and woman.
That wasn't the question. Let's stick to the frickin'.
Okay, so then a woman would be part of man and a woman, so that would be yes.
Well, I've only seen a few pictures of people that are born conjoined or whatever that word is.
No, yes.
Because it's interesting. In the industry, I do some consulting, and you have a lot of young ladies that come in that have never been to an OBGYN, that don't know anything about their reproductive system, their endometriosis and all these things, and the insurance companies don't help. I mean, women should have a guarantee. Men should have it too. But if you look at an undersized population, one that's not given what they need, it's horrific. But here's the thing. If you come from another country and you come in the United States and something goes wrong, hospitals have to treat you.
in Florida anymore.
Well, it hasn't
And
passed yet.
Certainly not in Texas.
Here we are back to your goddamn Florida people. So wait, it hasn't passed
But
yet,
I
though.
think that
And Texas,
where
no, you
this
got-
country fails a lot is Eastern medicine works on preventative and Western works on... Now, when I have an emergency, I want a Western doctor every day of the week, twice on Sundays. But for day-to-day stuff, we need to know the preventative. How to be well, move your body, eat healthy foods, get your acupuncture, get your massage, get a little slap and tickle, whatever you need that makes you feel good.
You
Surround
just threw that
yourself
whole
with
fucking
positive
seriousness
people.
out the window. Get your slap and tickle.
But
It goes
I'm
with
being
acupuncture.
serious. Get whatever makes you feel, we need I need a team.
So slap and tickle, are these like massage parlors we're talking about?
I don't know. I don't do that. Anymore.
What was that last word? Anymore. Thank you. Just in case, Tony will be playing at Jerry's Famous Deli. No. Well, that's the important thing is that a medicine, I can't complain. Hell, I don't have insurance, so I can't complain because I can't get it. It's so fucking expensive. It used to be if you had a condition before, they wouldn't give it to you. But the reality is there's a lot of great things about our medicine, but a lot of shitty because you're right, big pharma. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing also, and this is what bothers me. People you have people who get addicted to meds that are pain meds or oxy or something like that. You make a choice to take these at times. But then when you're sick, they feed off of you. Mm-hmm. And it's not the companies, it's the doctors. I deal with doctors every day who are brilliant minds, but they couldn't fucking tie their own shoe and they couldn't have a conversation with themselves because it's all about how much money can I make, how much money can I make.
I think that Biden's pushing to have the insulin be capped at a certain amount. My blood thinners that I need every month, 30 little teeny tiny red pills in a triangle, if I didn't have insurance, would be $600.
And what are they now?
Oh, I pay $4 copay.
How much?
I pay $4, but guess what? Big Pharma is getting through the insurance company that's $600. Now, what are those little pills made out of? Even if they were made out of plutonium, I think they wouldn't even be that much. That big. The tip of just teeny.
All right. Let me ask you a question. The family that the company created OxyContin, they were sued because a lot of people passed away and everything. Do you think they had the right to go after the family, the corporation, the family themselves? Because you can remember, it was created for something that's done a wonderful job.
Right.
So...
But my neighbor who grinds it up and snorts it, that's not the way you're supposed to take it.
So you got a predator named Kevin and a neighbor who's an addict.
I'm just saying.
Your whole neighborhood's going to love you once they see this.
Mrs. fucking Kravitz, honey. Yeah.
Is that someone you really know, or are you talking about Kravitz from the show?
That's what I call her, Mrs. Kravitz. Yeah.
How old's Mrs. Kravitz? Let's talk shit about the bitch.
She's probably 70. She weighs 67
and
pounds.
And she still fucking snorts?
She weighs 67 pounds, dripping wet.
Is that the one that took your dinner that time you had it delivered? Just fucking with you. Anyhow, I'm just curious. What does she snort?
Oxy. I had, before my back surgery, they had me on Oxy.
Time out. Did you sell any to her?
No, I gave them. She asked me.
Did you sell any to her?
No, I didn't sell any to her.
Did you give her any?
Yes, I didn't know this.
So you enabled a woman who's
Let me tell you this.
Wow, you're not a good person.
No, shut up. I took 1 a day, 2 on a bad day. This woman, I weigh 16 times more than her. She said, "Do you have any? I'm in pain." I gave her 5. The next day she came to me for more. That's when I said, "I'm out." What are you doing with them?
But you helped start it. You started her on her journey.
Her on it, honey.
Wow.
She was already on that journey.
You all heard that. Back that
got in
fucking story up.
I was being a nice neighbor. Why wouldn't you give your friend drugs if they needed it?
Well, I'd charge them first. I mean, what the fuck? You had to pay for them at some point. Wait, no, you only paid $4.
I may or may not have run out of Trazzies, and my friend may or may not have given me a jar of them. I'm just saying.
Please, when they come to best, right?
Oh my God! If I go to jail for this, I am gonna call somebody.
Well, if you go to jail, the things that you're bitching about, you don't have to worry. You'll have insurance in jail because you have insurance. They can take care of you. You get 3 meals a day, and whatever you like, they feed you in jail now.
That's where I'm gonna retire to because I'll have all my medical stuff taken care of.
When you go to jail,
go out in the yard, do a little exercise.
Is that a straight white man right there?
That would be me in jail because I can't afford my housing.
Okay, so. But the reality is, in jail, we have family friends that work in prisons. And they're telling me that if you state that you can't eat peanut butter and jelly, they can't serve you peanut butter and jelly. I mean, think about it. I mean, Jesus, what type of society, you go and you murder someone, you get all these great things. You might be in a cell 23 hours a day, but all these things for your health, your religion, and everything. And it's amazing that, we're talking about something like this.
Yeah, I had a roommate had to serve time.
Those of us who have never done anything wrong are out here and we can't get insurance. Okay? Anyhow, what about you?
No, but I had a roommate had to do time, and
You surround yourself with a lot of interesting people.
I don't even.
How long ago did he do time? Well, first of all, what's your definition of time? County jail? Roadside work?
I don't know what he was doing. He was away in jail.
For how long?
A while, because he wasn't my roommate no more.
So let me ask you a question, because we've both dealt with this since we're talking about roommates. What's your take on, at our age, having someone live with us?
Honey, I'm 3 for 3. My first one I called Waldo was dumb as a fucking bag of hair. Wailed. I mean, it was just a shit show.
So
on ice.
all the people from the South sound like that?
She did.
Oh.
How's your day? Wail. Every fucking sentence. Wail. The fucking dicks, Waldo. My next one is the one that had to leave because he had to do time. I wish I would have known that when you moved in. And the
So what you're
third
saying to
one
me
was
is
the
you never had him fill out
definition
an
of lazy.
application to move in? You did no background check?
No, what am I? It's me. What am I? What company? It's just.
For $5, you can do that shit on TikTok.
No, you are lying to me.
No, you fucking can do anything. No, seriously, I learned how to. Well, no, I didn't because I fucked that up. No, I went to the internet. I love hard-boiled eggs, and we've talked. I can't make hard-boiled eggs. So, house I used to live
eat
in.
a dozen eggs with onions every day.
Last night, I got to tell you, I ate 24 scrambled eggs for dinner with 2 red onions. And let me tell you, if God was going to take me, it was close. A lot of things wrong with me. That's really not nice. This isn't the time to talk about it. But the reality is,
piece of chicken.
you know what? Once in a while, the eggs come from the chicken.
God,
I'm sure there's some membranes from the
lettuce.
chicken. The thing that scares me about eggs is, when you open it sometimes, I don't know about you. 3 years ago, I opened up and there was a fucking embryo in there of a little chicken. Me, because I've got issues, I looked at it, I'm like, well, I'll just throw that one away, eat the other 11. It was so disgusting. My mother, God bless her, I told her that in my mother's famous words all the time to me. What's wrong with you? I'm like, a lot of things, Mom. She goes,
D, all the above.
I'm like, what the fuck? But no, it's just kind of like when you get this information, there's all kinds of information out there. But what I'm saying is, if you want to protect yourself, then if you trust people, and you're a very trusting person.
To a point.
Well, that's black op. We don't want to talk about that. But those are things that you really have to take a look at. Like I had a roommate in 2022, and it was like, someone's been in my life for a long time. Not in my life. I walked away in February holidays last year. And just all these things, once you live with someone, you find out. Then when you confront people and you let them know this is bothering me, they get pissed at you.
Right, because
you're
they
telling them.
present wonderfully. And
Well, I
then
never
they
said he
move
presented
in.
wonderfully.
Then they move in, and it's like, have you ever taken out garbage in your life? Have you ever cleaned a dish? Have you? Because I assume
You use dishes?
common sense ain't that fucking common. That's what I'm saying.
No, we live it's not, look, we live in a town that's interesting. Everybody thinks Los Angeles is pretentious. I'm from Sacramento, California. You want pretension? Go to Elk Grove, go out to Roseville, go to different areas. You have pretension people everywhere. Except
I
in
made
Texas.
Waldo get her own fucking garbage can. I was so tired of taking down the garbage. You know my schedule. I can't take it down. I was like, and I'm with the disability. I'm taking it. No. So I made her get her own fucking garbage can. I wanted to fucking throw her down those stairs so bad. You have no idea.
Y'all heard that. Anybody in Studio City who falls downstairs in the next week, don't come looking at us. Well, that's the important thing for people to understand. Like you mentioned Texas earlier. What a fucking state. And I understand, look, you guys have some good people out there, but this whole bullshit about abortion, where you can rat on somebody. I don't even like to use that word, but it's true. You can tell on somebody. It's mind-boggling that people are doing it.
It's
mind-boggling.
It's going
Young
to
ladies
those
that passed away.
nations where women don't have control
Well,
over
what
their own bodies.
fucking genius
We're
has
there.
overturned Roe versus Roe?
Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, Roe versus Wade. Thank you. I fucking said that wrong.
So in other words, if a young girl is raped and becomes pregnant and her body can't handle it, she can just die because she can't have an abortion.
Any age.
Oh.
It's any age, but I mean, think about all the shit that this fucking. It's like I say, it's a beautiful country we live in for many reasons, but for many reasons it sucks. And being a white man, for many reasons, it's great. Other reasons, it's not. It's not just because I'm a white man doesn't mean everything comes easy, but things do come easier.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. And it's a sad thing, but for women, it doesn't matter the color of their skin, their religion, where they're from. You go to Texas, they're proud of the way they are out there. I don't understand that.
Proud to be rednecks, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the uneducated. I was in Texas and I went to a Cracker Barrel. Gotta love Cracker Barrel, let me tell you.
And what's the first word in that?
Okay, back to the white man.
Just
You know what? No. That's okay. Next time we do the show, I'm going to have a tan. And you can call me from Italia.
Honey, I have driven across country many times. I was talking to Mark about this earlier. When I drove across...
And Mark is?
Mark is the one running the fucking show over here, Mastermind Media.
Mark's last name is Rodriguez, so you can't really...
Well, then again, oh, great. You're giving him credit. You're fucking with me. Wow. How fucking wrong are you? Jesus Christ. And, Jai, what's your last name?
You can't count mine. My family was brought here on boats, but
No, I know.
Simmons.
Simmons.
Okay.
Just wanted to get your name out there.
It's a white man's last name, by the way.
Wow, there we go.
Richard Simmons. What the fuck? She don't look like Richard Simmons. What do I know?
We ain't going to talk about him. Those shorts right now used to be a nightmare when I was younger. People actually thought they were sexy.
You can't wear panties with them. You can't.
Well, now I know that. Thank you. You shouldn't be wearing them at all. Whatever the fuck. Remember aerobics back then? What was her name? Jamie Lee Curtis. Who was the actress that did the aerobics? Dancing with the tights on. Jane Fonda. Yeah, the one who fucking betrayed our country and she's still out there in America. I don't fucking know.
I like Jane Fonda.
Who wouldn't like Jane Fonda? You got a lot of crazy people in your life. Add another one. Did you see the movie 80 to Brady and Back in Here or whatever the hell it was? How was it?
Brady. It was all right.
Boy, you're a real fucking walking
wasn't
PR firm for somebody.
It wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my favorite. It was very nice to see four women of a certain age. Rita Moreno, 91. God bless her soul. I mean, she is fucking incredible.
Was there anything R-rated in it? Sex?
No, there was no sex.
Won't be going to that.
Not at that age without a whole truckload of lube. I mean, Jesus. All right, we're ready for sex. Back her up. Boop, boop.
And how would the man perform? What would the man need?
You would need a jack. Those things.
A jack? What kind of jack?
A jack. Not a jack off.
Oh, okay.
Jack it up. I don't know, the blue pill.
A jack to a jack?
I know. I'm getting very nervous. I don't have sex anymore.
Your face is turning beet red.
Of course it is. I haven't had sex since God knows when. What century are we in?
I'm sure God and you.
Not in this millennium. Did I in this millennium?
When's the last time you had sex? Because I'll tell you when mine was.
It's over 12 years ago.
Mine was August 8th, 2018. I've shied away from it. I'm a sex addict, and for many different reasons. You know, once I got older in life, I found out that if you have a connection with someone emotionally, it's wonderful. But, yeah. What year was yours?
I don't know, but I know Jesus, he's dead. It's been a long...
Was it that good you killed him? I mean, what the fuck?
Oh, it was very good, but...
What was his name? Since he's dead, who the fuck cares?
No, I'm not saying. But it was very nice. It was very, very...
Now, see, now you're turning red for a different shade of red. So that's a pleasurable...
I don't do that anymore.
Hold on.
I told you, my buddy, when I talk to him, my buddy Eddie always says, are you wearing your compression socks? Yes, I am. Wow. Anything else? And I'm like, well, my panties and my shower bonnet that I swim.
And he thought I had to get laid out the fucking window now. I got no fucking clue. Shower cap, percussion sock? What are they called?
Compression socks, because of my vein thing. I got to wear them even in the fucking summer when it's 120 degrees out. I'm wearing compression socks.
And you're Italian, so you like the sun.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I like the sun. I'm Mediterranean. I do.
You were born where?
Here.
Mediterranean?
New York. No, here.
Yeah. So, as you can tell, our sex lives are what they are. We'd appreciate any phone calls, any text messages, any Uber Eats to help us. We can eat our asses away. Thank you. But
Jesus on the cross.
Well, you know, there's Uber Eats, and it's really interesting that there's a second show. There's a couple of shows based upon this that we're doing together, and one's called Darkness, Purest Pleasure. It's all about sex and pleasure. And not the bad sex, the good sex, but everybody. And I found an app the other day that they deliver your fantasy to you. Like, first of all, how fucked up is that?
First of all, I really thought about being a dominatrix when I was a single mother because I thought it's fast money. I get to wear really cool things.
You do realize you're not too old to be that. No, TikTok, no. TikTok the other day had a lady on there. She was 77 years old. I don't know if you've seen this.
Would I wear my compression socks?
Jai, have you seen this?
I have. She's a sex worker.
Yes, and she talks about it. And this is a woman
from London.
And guess what? What's her favorite thing to do, Jai?
Oh, she likes to doesn't she like anal?
She likes to strap it on men.
She likes to strap it on men and pegging. That's what it's called.
She likes to peg. Now you think about it.
Is that like stump fucking? What is this pegging? Like a peg leg? Well,
pegging is when you bend a guy over and you shove a stick, a ball, a bat, a cock, a fucking dildo up his ass. It's kind of like going to the doctor when they give you a prostate exam, but they use something larger, bigger, harder, and they do it for about 10 minutes.
Not on my menu, but that's fine.
But you can make money.
Oh, good. Well, that's what I thought. I thought you get to.
No, I mean, now you can make money. I'm trying to help you. A new career.
I just thought I could yell at men and make them lick my boots and clean my toilet. I don't want to touch them.
Tony the Boney. You don't need to touch them. You could wear gloves. I'm not going to get into the visuals because I'm sure you understand the visuals.
And my compression socks.
That's not a career for it. Not a career. Well, there's so many fun things out there for people when it comes to sex.
You can make money on TikTok showing pictures of your feet. Not that anybody want to see my feet at this point in life.
Again, you're putting yourself down too much. There are people that will pay for anything.
Is there anybody out there that wants a picture of my feet? With or without compression socks?
There are people, what's great is there are fetishes for anything and everything.
Well, I know right now is the best time for big girls to be alive.
Go ahead.
And I'm not saying, I think fat shaming is a horrible thing, but I don't think you should be so fat that you're unhealthy. I think that if you can carry it and work with it, that's great, but eventually your age is going to catch up with that. Your heart can't take it forever.
Are you talking about some of these TV shows that they exploit the people?
No, I'm talking about, and on TikTok, there's some really big people doing things. Yeah.
Okay. We're whispering because we think no one can hear us.
It makes me very nervous.
Well, the funny thing is, you're right.
When I walk down an aisle in an airplane, I can tell as I pass, because nobody wants to sit near me because I'm fat.
No. You're not.
Is it the compression socks?
No. It's that you got fucking predators that are friends and following you, and people don't know if they sit next to you if their life is in jeopardy. We're going back to Kevin. We're going back to the guy you talked about, your profession. What kind of friends do you have talk about shit that's not that positive?
He just said you took your stuff down on your balcony. That's all he said.
And what states he live in?
Fucking Michigan. That's what I said.
No, thank God I don't live anywhere. I reside in different areas so no one can find me.
Oh, my God.
You got some interesting fucking friends. But you're right. The whole thing is, like, there's a gentleman that I know who's a client of mine, dealt with some issues and stuff, and he will only date women over 300 pounds, and he weighs them, which is sad and pathetic to me because it's very, very wrong. But on the second date, if they're not over 3, he won't date. And it's not a fetish. This is just who he is, and this is what he likes.
I think if you're into me, whether I'm heavy or not is cool. But if you're into me because I'm heavy, I can't.
No,
I worked at Jerry's Deli, and I told my boss Billy, who was hysterical, I said, "There's a guy on table 67 that he goes to me, are you getting off work soon?" And I go, "Yeah." The
guy or Billy?
No, the guy. He goes, "You getting?" I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Can I take you out for dinner?" I go, "No." "Can I take you out for dessert?" "No." "I just really want to watch you eat." So I told Billy, and without missing a fucking beat, Billy goes, "Marry him." But that creeps me the fuck out.
But see, it's different. It's like when I mentioned the girl that I used to date because she ate a lot and she had a healthy meal. That's a turn on for whatever, not sexually, but just it's great when someone has a healthy
woman who can eat like that.
You want to kill them.
It gets me hard. Because I've never been that.
So what gets hard?
I look at a fucking Twinkie.
What gets hard?
Everything.
From my understanding of the female body, there's only 3 parts that could get hard. Can you explain the 3 of them?
I have dick envy. I told you that at the beginning. Where were you?
Again, avoiding questions. You're really good at that. You could have been a politician. But it is. You have people have all these different takes on it, and it's great. Someone might not be attracted to someone because of who they are. Religious people have to stay within their religion. You stay within your race. You stay within your sex. As long as people are happy, that's the thing. In this country, you fucking can't be happy who you are. It's like someone has surgery, top surgery, and people say, well, that was the wrong thing. How is it any of our
nobody else's business? Right.
But we make it our business, sadly, and people do that. And when it comes to like you and I mean, I myself dealt with it. You sort of go to OA meetings and stuff like that. And you go to the meetings and people shame each other inadvertently. You know, you go to 12-step meetings and it's like 12-step meetings are great, but you don't know who's clean and sober because there is nobody checking you at the fucking door. You don't know if men are looking for women, women are looking for men, they're looking for money. And a couple of years back out in a certain part here in Southern California, some men became sponsors for a girl and the girl died because you don't sponsor the opposite sex.
Well, that I was
you know,
just going to
so
say that.
you have all these
be.
different organizations that are there to help, but at the same time, what I'm getting back to is there's a lot of predator behavior and there's a lot of guilt shaming, whatever you want to say.
And that's in every industry. I mean, I was in the restaurant industry over 40 years. Trust me, when I started out in the 70s, what male managers would say to me.
Listen and listen carefully. Any young ladies or women working at restaurants, you could own the fucking restaurant nowadays because somebody in the kitchen, as we know, many men make comments. Inappropriate, whatever, they should never make them. Remember that. Get a lawyer. Once I find one for the show, I'll give you a phone number. But every woman experiences that at a restaurant right now still. They still do. It's like the wait. I go to a place, a barbecue place, and the other day I was waiting in line, and this guy comes up, 3 guys, and they said, we want a female waitress. I've never heard anybody ask for her. I want someone who's going to give me my food.
Yeah,
I don't care how you look.
Hello. Yeah.
I want someone to give me my food. But these 3 guys, and sadly to say, what kind of guys were they?
Probably white straight men.
Well, I didn't ask their sexuality, but they were whiter than shit. They hadn't been in the sun in a while. Probably Irish, if you ask me. But the reality is you have that shit out there. People do that. And how uncomfortable is that for a waitress to know that somebody came to the table? Or for when you've been in the way. So
I was a waitress,
Yes.
and this table came in so drunk that the bartender said, God forbid, whoever's waiting on them. They shouldn't have been served. And in Italian, the guy called me a whore, and I answered him and said, are you talking about your mother? Guess who got sent home that night?
You did.
I did. And
So-
I told that fucking assistant manager, you are making a career choice right now. You are making a mistake.
What's the Italian word for whore?
Puttana.
See, now there's a word you said that makes sense. The ones earlier have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Now I know what I can call people when they police officers next to me flashing their back. Puttana! Puttana!
Nice.
I'd probably be in cat. That's right. She's like, oh, he
Nice.
wants... I can't say that, but he thinks it's pretty. I got no fucking clue. But, you know, see, that's the beauty.
Did we talk about anything we were supposed to?
This is what there's no script. There's nothing written down on a piece of paper, 25 notepads because I'm dyslexic and I can't fucking
I
read.
made notes about things I was
And
interested in. I don't
we
think
have
I
a
talked about
whiteboard
any
over
of
there,
them.
but
What
all
color
I see are
board?
spots, you know, whiteboard there. You know, we have a gray board right now.
That's why it's wrong. It's a white.
The next show, there'll be no discussing white men. What the fuck? That's really not a whiteboard. I just want to let you know, Mark. That ain't a whiteboard. You know,
It's white and straight.
there you go. There you go. You know what? We talked about what we wanted to talk about. You know, things got over. We talked about your
And
personal
there's so many
friends, your
things
sex life.
above my pay rate that I don't know how to fix. Like 20 years ago, you didn't step over people walking down the street and not feel something. Today, we step over people like they're garbage. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're getting desensitized. And when you
It's
see
starting
like
at a younger age,
these
too.
tin shack villages and cities in India with that poverty level, guess where we're starting? That's where we're headed.
I'd
Can you go to an underpass without a fucking whole homeless community? You can't. There isn't an underpass without a community.
go to Orange County. Why Orange County?
Behind the orange curtain.
A lot of white people. They don't allow that down there. And I'm not joking. Orange County is
Orange County
it's a
makes me
beautiful
very
place
nervous.
to fucking see in the rearview mirror, actually. But it is. I mean, you have this, and we have it. But here's the thing: how do we find solutions? We can all bitch and complain, and we do. We have a great time.
I think
chatting,
it's got to be a
but how do you do it?
conversation.
Okay, but this conversation has been going on for years. You have so many homeless advocates that are wonderful people, but how do you change it? Now, here's another thing. Here's the thing: got to realize too. The industry I'm in, we have a lot of people who come in from the streets, who've been addicts, and who come into treatment. They go right back. Here's another thing. I've interviewed many, I've thousands over the years and talked to them like, look, I don't have to pay taxes. I don't have to pay rent. I can get whatever. They have their own world within a world.
Oh, yeah.
So you
yeah.
think
I've
about this,
worked with
how many
homeless
people want to,
yeah.
and you've talked to some home, like they did something in Venice Beach about 2 weeks ago, whatever the congressperson is down there. And they were asking, and this lady said she used to work on Wall Street years ago. Her life may not be the best, but she has no bills. She has no, she panhandles. She makes $20, $30 a day. Now, God bless her. I don't believe she really enjoys that life, but she talked about that. Now you have areas that'll have showers, that'll have this and that. I mean, you have organizations that'll take things to people and stuff like this. But yeah, it's really fucked up.
I think that the wealthy get all the tax breaks. And I think
do they
with
deserve tax
money
breaks?
and power
Do they
comes
deserve tax breaks?
responsibility.
But do they deserve tax breaks?
I don't know. It's above my pay rate, honey. I really don't know what the solution is, to be honest.
If you strap it on, your pay rate's going higher, girl.
And we're back to
Just wanted to let you know. I found a
strap off.
Hey there, baby.
On.
No. Well, the reality is we have a lot of things to talk about. We have a lot of things that make sense. But when it comes down to the bottom line, we have to search for solutions. And we are not a solution. You and I talk about this in our own lives. We, to me, aren't a solution society. We continue to rotate. It's kind of like my grandmother, bless her. Grandma Winnie used to come and visit me. She'd walk in the door and she goes, which room? What are you talking about? She goes, you're the best puffer. Now, there's certain terms for puffer. She didn't mean those other ones. She goes, I know you took all your clothes and everything that was dirty and put in a different room. And I did. I'd move shit around so I didn't have to clean. Well, we move problems around in society. I mean, think about what we've talked about. We've talked about sex. We've talked about race. We've talked about women. We've talked about men. We've talked about church. You see it like a round circle in this country.
It's like whack-a-mole, right?
And you think about politicians. Why do politicians stay in power? They help each other stay in power. I mean, that's just the way it is. And organizations, everybody likes to have like, what was it? January 6th. You know, people are upset that these people are going to prison. And you think about it. Is it January 6th? Is that the right date?
That to me was treason.
Okay. But you think about this.
That's the definition of treason.
If that would have been anybody but white men and women, it would have been a
they
slaughter
would have been shot. They would have been gunned down.
And people don't want to believe that. It's the frickin' truth.
I believe it, yeah.
And you look at the white people that say, one man was convicted for 9 years, and he said something like, you know, I was standing up for our rights. First of all, who's our? White, racist? You know, but people can say that. And that fucking, I guess you got to say, right? That fucking Trump made every racist, misogynistic, pathetic human being, gave them the feeling that they could be that way and never get in trouble. And that's what we live in.
I never.
I told us we weren't going to talk about him, but wait. Here's the best way. Talk about his wife that passed away. Tell me your story. Listen to this, audience.
I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. But when she passed away, I said, somebody fucking did it. Something's coming up. Something's coming out. And sure as shit, was I right?
Well, she died.
I'm not talking about that, but wasn't she supposed to testify?
She was supposed to testify.
Thank you.
Your opinion is that...
So she tripped on the stairs.
We're going to leave that as the last part of the show. There you go. Thank you, Tom. I love you,
Dennis. I love you, baby.
Good job today. Now we can go fucking eat.
Woo!
All righty.
So if you liked what you heard, you can follow me on social media at _Mama_Toni. That's with an I because I got tits. Toni. And Dennis, where can we find you, baby?
You can find me at the Dennis Henning on all social media, as well as YouTube channel, as well as.
Are you on Insta?
Yeah. Oh, Instagram, TikTok. As you can tell, I'm highly educated here. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube.
Porn.
DaddiesLoveYou.com. All kinds of stuff like that. That was only for Toni and her strap-on sitting in her chest. All right.
And please like and subscribe to this podcast.
And please like and subscribe to this podcast. Share it with your friends and families. Share it if your friends aren't your friends. Share it with whoever you think you want to piss off. Just share it, please. It's kind of like, you ever see the TV series Green Acres years ago? Green Acres is the place to be.
Oh, I'm living is the life for me.
Just follow us, please.